I think I shared that with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. So you
yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I prepared my own template so that I can like directly pitch in the things. So shall I start it?
oh yeah, free. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
free. You can start.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
So I will share the screen. So are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yes, we
yes.
can.
yeah. One screen. So here today we are talking about the large language model. So what they can do actually. So let us start to know first what is a large language model. So first thing about large language model is when we are like trying to ask particular question to any of the search engines, we are going to get multiple results. Whenever you are going to ask any of the question, you are going to get multiple sites, multiple related results, or any of the related things which are like more than required information. But in context with AI, why the AI is getting boomed? Because it is gonna give you exactly what you are asked for and what you have asked for and what task you have given. So the main context of large language model, why the name has been right. So it the language model, I will tell you the part. So in the language model, the main thing overall here is like it can even interpret different types of languages. And more specifically, first I will tell about English. So when some any embedding or when some prompt, I'll say in the general words. So whenever you type any query or anything you want to search, that is a called as query, or you can even call it as a prompt in AI terms. So when you give a prompt, it goes to the AI. So in a large language model, what happens inside is when you give a text that gets splitted, that is called as text embedding. In that, when it goes inside, it tries to like split. Token is the smallest part through which it like functions further. It splits every character and every text and every word, and then it tries to find out its meaning, what you are meaning to ask. After it has got the meaning, then it converts into the vector form. After converting it to the vector form, it sends that information further to search. So based on that, it matches with whatever results we have, and then it comes back. So whatever questions you ask in any different manner, for example, I'm asking a question that give me generate 10 Excel sheets which will have particular columns. In if I will ask the same question in different way, for example, generate me 10 columns, but that 10 columns should be there in the 10 Excel sheets individually. That is the same question I have asked in different manner, but it should generate same kind of results when the question is same. So that depends on the context. So that is a small part of a language model. Now we are talking about large language model, also small language model. In the large language model, when you give an input, so input context window, we call it. So when you give an input, that window, how much you can give, maximum length. For example, you would have heard different models. They would be having that parameter, like for example, llama 3 billion, llama 9 billion. That billion says that many parameter it can handle, but it every model has context window. Context window defines that how much input it can take, how many characters or how many tokens. For example, 4 billion parameters model can take around 128K token. Some of them they take 90,000 tokens. It depends on every model. So when you give the when you set, like you can even set what output, how much output you want maximum, so that your processing is faster. That is the internal part of the LLM, what I'm telling. But if you say generally why LLMs are used, for example, if you have any query or if you want to do a particular task, For example, I can say you want to do automation of PDF or report generation. So what you can do is, first you need to write a prompt which has everything, what task you want to perform or actions you want to take. You can mention it. And then what you can do is, in the next step, you can take the LLM part, you can push this prompt inside. What LLM will do is, it will like fluctuate all the data, whatever you have required, and it will give back to you. Then you can have another script which converts that into a PDF report. So whatever information you would have got, that will be pasted in a PDF report. So the task which you were going to, which was going to take around hours of time, then that you can complete in like 15 to 20 minutes. That is the main advantage of LLMs. You can build even agent AI agents, they call it, right? So you can build multiple AI agents. So that is booming right now. And the another use of LLMs is, you can train anything. Like for example, you are training with your medicine some data set, then then the LLM gets trained on particular medicine or all the medicines what you have given. If you train it for trading, say for example, we have Grow app. In that, they have trained it with all the data set which was related to stocks. So when we ask any question related to stocks, it is going to perform better. Then the introduction, like as I have said you, like the AI evolution right now, why it is going on? Because these models can predict whatever you are asking the next question based on the previous question what you have asked, in what manner it should answer. And in the real time, they are also going to train itself, like they are adapting eventually one after the other. What is the language role here? The main language, as I have said you, that different types of languages also you can ask the queries. That's the reason we have kept the name as language model. And it is a very, like the context size is very big. That's why we called it as large language model. And if you want the models to perform on the small devices like phone, watch, smartwatch, or any of the handheld devices, then you can use small language model, that is SLMs. So you can even use that capacity of that model or that consistency and efficiency in even the small IoT devices also. So mainly, what are the large language models, as I have said? So they can predict and generate results which can sometimes be very personalized, like ChatGPT, which gives human-like results. How they work, like as I have said you right now itself, I'm just moving out because I already knew what I wanted to tell you. They are just here text. So they work based on what data you have trained them, based on what data they have been fed. If they are connected with search engines, they directly work with search engines too. They can give you references. So how you can apply this? You can create chatbots. You can get the translation of anything, whatever you require. You can summarize whole research papers. You can generate reports. You can even automate the tasks which are taking a lot of time, that you would have heard, like robotic process automation, RPA, in customer resources. And then some of the key features, like as I have said you before itself, that billions of parameters are understood, like what they are going to do and how you are, like particularly that billion parameters are not going to be used when you are asking a question, but when they are trained, that billion, like parameter size is dependent. The bigger the model, the more better it performs. But right now, even we have some training methods through which even the small language models are very good performing. Now here I can give you a lot of examples here. I have included very few. So there are a lot of examples like ChatGPT 4.0, ChatGPT o1. Then we have OpenAI's new image generation model. Then we have Llamas 3, 3.1, 3.2, all the series. Then we have different models. I can show you a few of them. Like I even have my own models which I have train them. Like from the Hugging Face, I can take the base models, then I can train them. See here, these are the models. So here this number shows 274 and all, that many people have downloaded it. Recently, I fine tuned the Gemma model. So here you can see the model here. from here you can directly use this model however you want. Like there is a app called as LM Studio through which you can interact with any of the model without going to their website. Directly you can use it here, or else you need to like go to Gemini and then you use it, like whichever model you want. And how I train them is based on this. Like for example, I can show you, this is a code part I'm just showing you. For example, like through these type of codes and what all parameters we set, we can train the models and save in the Hugging Face in your user under your username. So that will be even an open source contribution too. And you can train on literally anything, any data you are going to train. Based on that, it is going to perform in the manner what it is going to perform, like what you have given data based on that. Next, what are the main strengths of this model, large language model is, like you can use it in multiple domains, not only in a single domain. For example, if you are a teacher, so if you train the model with all the syllabus, whatever you have, based on that, what it is going to do is, it is going to give the result, or it is going to answer your question only based on that syllabus and moreover the data which was previously trained. It, like for example, if a model is trained, it doesn't mean that whatever you have trained only that knowledge is there. So when the model previously was pre-trained, that's the reason they are called as pre-trained models. Pre-trained model, in the sense, the main meaning is that they are already trained on some huge data set, but you are fine tuning them. What is fine tuning? Anyone knows? Anyone knows? Like you can tell me if anyone knows. Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah,
You can, yeah.
Vignesh, so you muted everyone. So the class would be quiet.
Okay, 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 okay. If anyone, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So anyone, if you have question, you can paste it in the text chat, so that like I will answer at the last. You can paste everything, whatever you are getting the questions. I will answer all of them at the last. Is it fine?
yes, that's perfect. That's
Yeah,
perfect. That's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so am I
uh,
free to answer your question, or let's allow everyone else answer that question?
yeah. Anyone like can text paste in the chat so that, yeah,
Yeah, so if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. And then if
yeah.
you know what fine tuning is, yeah, just raise your hand and Isaac would unmute you. I think yeah, there's going to be a reward for who gets the answer of what fine tuning is.
Yeah. Let's see. If you don't know, I will clarify it.
So if you have an answer to that question, just raise your hand
Yeah,
and
we have got
Isaac will
answer.
have you unmuted.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are right.
Awesome.
You have idea. Yeah, that's going perfect. So fine tuning the, like particularly for example, I will show you an example here. So for example here, for Gemma, here you can read the file name Gemma 29 billion, which was the previous Gemini version, Gemini's model. So here what I have done is, here while fine tuning, this is the GPU I'm using, and here I'm calling the model. After that, here you can see the format. I'm giving the instructions, then I'm giving the inputs and outputs. It means I'm giving what instruction I am going to ask, like what it need to do, and then the input. What I'm going to give input, that will be depending on what question I'm asking and the answer to it. So that will be there in the data set. For example, here I have used MMIC4 and MMIC4ED. That is the largest medicine data set that is existing right now, which is open source, publicly available. So I was fine tuning it for medicine purpose. So when I fine tune it with the like CSV file, or you can have JSON file, then after that, what it is going to do is, we are going to train. After training, here you can see the epochs. How many epoch, in the sense like how many cycles you are running, how many times it is going to run. Right now, I'm using 5,760 examples to fine tune. Then I'm taking 60 steps. 60 times it is going to run, and then it is going to see like how many, what is the training loss. See, you can see over here, it is decreasing. It was 1.7, then slowly, it went on decreasing. And at the last, the lowest was 0.74. So after that, when I ask, for example, I can inference. Now I was asking a question, as I have a severe back pain from today evening, what should I do at home as that I can feel relied as soon as possible? Tell me in short. So the response, what it has generated, you can read it out. Here is a brief guide for managing your severe back pain at home. So what you need to do, rest, lie down. It is going to give the response. So that response was generated based on the data set what I have trained. So it did not have the similar question, but it tried to check with overall the data set. It tried to check with its own context knowledge base. And we have RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Like it goes to the knowledge base, checks and gives the result. And then after that, I can push this model. You can see here, saving and loading the fine-tune model. If I save directly, it goes to my Hugging Face. If I mention my like API key. So every account has a API key in Hugging Face. Through that, you can push your models inside. So that is about fine-tuning a model for particular case. That is a large language model. Then what is small language model? Small language model is with fewer parameters. We have fewer parameters, fewer operations. Like for example, I even have a model, even small model I have pre-trained. Like previously, I'll show you. Wait, like that will Gemma here also is a 4 billion parameter, which is a small SLM. So when the parameters are 2 billion, 3 billion, 1.5 billion, less than like 4 or equal to 4, less than 4 billion, they are called a small language model, which can even run on the like slightest of the GPU or CPU. You can even think, I recently ran a small language model on a IoT device. You know, anyone know about the microchips, IoT, Arduino sets and all? We have a chip called as ESP32. That is the smallest like IoT chip. You can say Raspberry Zero and Arduino Nano. Comparatively with Wi-Fi module, I was able to even run the ChatGPT's model on ESP32, literally, with the help of some APIs. But even the small language model could be learned, like ran using the API, REST API and all connected with the laptop's Wi-Fi or with the same Wi-Fi you can run. So what is the benefit? You can run these models. These are lightweight and fast. These are little bit less accurate comparatively, but it will do the task whatever you want. So that is the future of IoT devices if SLM model comes off. So here you can see the direct chart in which like we have shown what are LLMs and SLMs. So the parameters in LLMs are in billions, in SLMs are millions. And here we have a high accuracy and moderate accuracy. But here there are new fine-tuning methods, Monte Carlo tree search, and we have reinforcement learning with human feedback, supervised learning with reinforcement learning with supervised learning. That is right now going on. And we have new technique called as chain of thoughts, which will give thinking like the ChatGPT O1 and all, which thinks before answering. Even the Claude 3.7 Sonnet. So here the use cases for the LLMs are complex tasks. Here we can do that in edge devices, that is IoT devices. For training LLMs, it is very expensive, but SLMs is very cost effective to run also and to train also. Why language models are very powerful? Here we can use in any of the domain, as I have said you, healthcare, customer service, finance, accounting, and the main thing, augmenting capabilities. It supports the human by automating the task, which I already told you at the start itself. What are the real world uses? Like SLMs, I told you, you can use it in mobile, you can use it in mobile application, you can use it in watch, you can use it in a smart wearable device, you can use it in like earbuds, like for example, nothing but some of the nothing but that has inbuilt feature that you can use chat GPT inside or any of the AI model. And then the future of language models, personalization. You can personalize in any model based on the individual use cases. And edge AI, I told you, as these LLMs can run on edge devices. These are known as edge AI too. So main thing over here is safety and ethics. So we have particular AI ethics. Based on that, we need to use the AI, because it is a boon and also can be a bane if it is not used in a proper manner. As I am tell you, like if we are using in a particular manner, it is a we can have a very good future, as vice versa too. And then the conclusion about this, like LLMs can be used in any factor. It just like based on what task you want to perform should be properly mentioned, and how you use it in what task should be properly orchestrated, and the flow should be in a proper manner, so that you can start building different things and start using it. Like why it matters to know large language model, because that is the basic thing you can learn after machine learning or having the basics of machine learning. Even right now there are many things which are coming right now, which can like give the results without writing the code or any of the thing. Then that is about the overall large language models and the power behind them, how powerful they are. So if you have any questions, you would have added in the like I'll stop sharing right now. Yeah, I'll see the chat. Okay. So who remembers reinforcement learning? Okay, so first I will go line by line, I guess. Okay, so regarding the loss. So training loss in the sense, when we are trying to train the data set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any questions,
Yeah,
please just indicate
yeah,
by raising your hand, and then we'll unmute you aside from Vignesh reading through the chat. Vignesh, you can carry on, please. Wonderful lecture, by the way. You can carry on.
Yeah. Okay,
So I
so
think,
what I'm
Vignesh, Vignesh, I think you used a lot of very, very technical terms.
yeah,
So
technical
most of
words. So yeah, I will
yeah,
make it very clear. I will make it very easy for you guys. So when I said
awesome.
about training loss, so what does it
Mhm.
means is when you are training something with data, so what happens is sometimes it doesn't learn that. When you are trying to tell it that if I bought 3 apples and 2 oranges, and one orange was for the price $2, and I paid totally $13. What is the price of apple? So it has to learn that first, that we bought 2 oranges. Then it should ask how much was for one orange, $2. Then it should understand we bought oranges of $4. Those are 2 oranges for $4. And then we need to subtract it from $13. Then it will be $9. And then that $9 should be divided by the quantity of the apples we have taken. 3, 9 by 3. Then the answer is $3. Then while it learns like that, sometimes it makes mistake. It will directly tell that the answer is $3, or sometimes it doesn't say the answer. That is the loss. Like while training, we lost the data. Like particularly, we couldn't give the context properly. And then comes the reinforcement learning. What is reinforcement learning is when we train a model, when it answers correctly inside while training, we tell, you are correct, we give you a score. Means we give it a reward. So if the reward is more for a particular answer or a question, then we say that is correct, learn that. Reinforcement learning is we are giving reward when the answer is correct. Based on more rewards, you train that more rewarded answer. Any other questions?
Awesome. I think
Okay. Yeah, there is another question by favor.
yeah.
So So the what makes language training large or small? Is it based on the quantity of data fed or the quality and the depth of data? Okay, what makes language large is not the training parameters and all, but the main thing you can say is, for example, if a model is a large, it depends on how much data it has trained on. Not only the data, but also the handling capacity, the layers, the embedding layers, the neural networks which are working behind, the memory which is there. So the based on the memory we have parameters. So not on depth of data, if you the data set is huge, but the model should be also the huge in order to get trained on. Then only it can be a large language model. Or else, like based on the context window it accepts, and based on the data it gets trained on, and based on the parameters it can handle, the model can be a large or small. So another question I have got is, why is speed of LLM slow and that of SLM is fast? No, LLM is very fast. SLM is slow. Large language model is very fast because it can handle a lot of parameters, lot of text. But small language model cannot give that much accurate results because it cannot perform that many operations. Can SLM be used to fine tune the LLM? No. Like you can use an SLM. It was not a direct answer, not no. You can use a SLM to get, like you can give a data, or you can generate data using a small language model. Then you can use that data set to train or fine tune a LLM. So you need to use a small language model to generate your data set. By using that data set, you can directly train the LLM, which will get fine tuned. Any other questions?
Awesome.
Any,
Are there
yeah,
any other questions?
yeah.
All right. All right. I think we
Okay.
have one more
So
question.
yeah. So I'll tell you the main thing. So when they are being asked for emotional questions, we might have lakhs together of data set we have trained on, but it doesn't depend on data set when you are asking emotional questions, right? So when you ask particularly a very deep contexted question, which humans are able to reply based on the situation or based on the previous result, what you have given, or previous text what you have given, or data. So based on that, what it tries to do is it is going to match with the tokens. It is going to match. Token matching happens like if this is the case, or this is the situation, I should answer this. But sometimes it doesn't match with politeness and emotional, like emotional, you can say, like IQ, intelligent quotient, and emotional, it like EQ, emotional quotient also. Like it depends. Why it doesn't give is because it doesn't predict that much quickly. It can't predict to a particular person. It has to answer in a proper exact way, because sometimes the person can even be frustrated while asking the similar question, and the same person can be very sad while asking it, but it does not reflect in a question sometimes. If it is reflected, then it is going to answer that you are angry, or you want to have an argument, or if you are upset, it is going to define through the context if it is given in a manner. It even depends on prompt, but sometimes it doesn't perform very well because those are not artificial general intelligence. The next step which is going to get booming, that will be AGI, that is artificial general intelligence, which can even connect literally to emotional quotient also. Any other questions?
Awesome. Awesome. So I think we're going to take one more question. And
Yeah.
then I think that would be it. Yeah, we'll take one more question, and that will be the end of the lecture.
Mm.
So for those of you in the lecture, we've shared the attendance
Okay.
sheet
Yeah.
so that
Okay. That
you
means not
can.
advisable to use emotional language. Okay, so when you are using any of the emotional language or any of the context what you are trying to ask, if the answer is not there or if any related answer is there, so what it is going to do is it is going to train, it is going to use that context to train the model so that if any particular person asks the similar question, then it can answer that question. So there is another question. How do you mitigate biases in response basically in complex or bias situation? For example, like recently, like we had some questions which were asked based on different bias based questions. For example, I was saying that like I can say that is a bias question. I tell everyone to not take it so personally. So, for example, I have asked one question like, uh, uh, normally I say it just because one of my friend asked it because he had that question. So, my friend is very rich and he is not so, he is so good at some things. And I am like very poor and some things I don't have that many facilities, and due to that I can't prepare better for my any of the task what I'm trying to do, even for education. It might be for any of the sports. Is that the reason because he has a lot of money? Then the answer what it has generated, it tells that, so the first thing it is going to tell, it is going to filter that there is a very big bias. Then it is going to filter out. Then it is going to say that it depends on what focus you are giving on what task you are performing, and are you using what all the facilities or what all the resources you have in a proper manner. If you are using all the resources in a proper manner, what is lacking? Are you lacking the focus? Are you lacking anything? What is going to happen or what is not going to happen? That everything it is going to take in picture, and then it is going to generate the result. Based on that, it is going to generate the result, and then it is going to, after before generating the results, it will check again like what exactly the person is meaning while asking that. And then what it will do is it will answer properly so that the person does not feel biased. If it is having a extremely biased question, then we need to have some answers which tells that this question does not actually or harm a particular person or can harm a particular personality if it is answered in a manner. So it should not be go in that manner, it will tell. Yeah. Any other questions?
Vignesh, I think that would be all the questions
Yeah.
for now. Yeah, so
So
we've
I would like to
shared
ask one question. How was the session?
awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And if you like this session, if you further need more to like I will help you out in giving further sessions too. Just I will make time, this time I will make the time. Actually GMT 3 in GMT 3 plus 1 is 8:30 I guess when I converted it. I didn't knew that it was like 7:30 I guess, or it depends.
Yeah, awesome. It's a great lecture,
Yeah.
Vignesh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the lecture. From the comments we can see on the comment section, I
Yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
you did justice to this. So,
Yeah.
guys, we're going to be sharing a post on LinkedIn, and we're going to be tagging Vignesh. Be sure to
Okay.
follow him on LinkedIn. If you have further questions, send him your question via his DM. Follow him. He always drops really good content on AI
Yeah,
agents. I follow him myself. So
yeah.
if you have questions and all of that, just interact with his post, follow him, and ask your questions. I'm sure he will always make out the time to respond to your questions. But all in all, this is a wonderful lecture, Vignesh. Thank you so much for making out the time.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you need any further sessions to please reach out to me. I'll help you out. And if any of the sessions which are going to take, we can set the time out and we can let it go further. And I'm able to teach you guys if you want the AI sessions to be from the scratch, like if you want to learn or if you want to build AI systems or any of the AI related tasks, I can help you out. Even sir, like I was mentioning, like I can teach you guys from the scratch so that you can know how it works, how you can make it work, and how fast you can work it out without, even you can do the task without code too. You just need basic understanding. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So guys, you guys had Vignesh. So if you want to take the class further and then you want to go into like much more techy version of it, maybe write code, create your own LLMs or SLMs, yeah, give him a follow and then do send him a message. And I'm sure he's going to make out the time to reach out to you. All right, thank you so much, Vignesh. We
Yeah, thank
appreciate the
you.
session. And yeah, I'll chat you up later and I think we'll just pick it up from there.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, the task has been shared. The attendance sheet has been shared. So be sure to fill out the attendance and then also participate in the quiz. So we'll know that you participated in this class and then so that you'll be able to also get your certification for this course and all of that. So yeah, thank you so much, Vignesh. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So shall I end the meet, sir?
Oh yeah, Vignesh, you're free. You can exit. Sorry,
Okay.
Eric. Eric, do you have an account? Do you have an account already with Candleweb?
On the, what? I didn't get you.
Oh no, Vignesh, not you. I was attending to someone on the comments on the comment section.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can leave the
Isaac,
meet.
yes, Vignesh, you can leave. You can leave the meeting. Thank you so much, Vignesh. I'll chat you up on LinkedIn. Isaac, please share the link to the WhatsApp group with Eric. Just share it here so he can join the WhatsApp group, and then from there we'll just guide you through. Some I see someone say he has a question. All right, Israel, what's your question? Vignesh has left already, but what's your question? Isaac, please unmute Israel Samson.
Israel, raise your hand. Say, okay, I've spotted you.
Okay. So you guys should join. Eric joined the group. Then it will be Chukwu Lawrence. Create an account on Candleweb. That's where we usually share the attendance sheets. I'm sharing the website now. So just create an account. You can just easily do that by, there's a section on, if you click on get started, if you're using your mobile device, you see the menu, go to get started. You'd see where they would continue with Google, and then you can just use that and easily create your account.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening, Israel.
Okay, sorry, you mentioned something earlier before the lecturer arrived. You said something about models. I forgot the name of the institution or the organization where they were told one was to give an answer or else it to be retrained. And you said retrained means to wipe them, right? Something like that.
Yes. Yeah, more or less. Yeah, more or less.
Sorry, let me ask another question before I get to the like a build-up question. Okay. Say let's you erase data from your phone, let's or file from your phone, you delete it from your phone. Where does it go to? Does it destroy it completely, or is there a place it goes to?
All right, so I would share something in this regard, and I think that's it's kind of funny. This is kind of going to be funny. For me personally, I feel like privacy in itself is lost, right? I feel the more you fight for your privacy, the more you lose it. And why I say that is, so long as an information is out there, right, it is not entirely lost. There are people with very special and niche skill that can still restore that information, even if you should wipe your phone. right? So to you, probably, yeah, it's lost. You wouldn't be able to access it. But there are people with certain kind of niche skill that can't be able to retrieve that information.
Okay. The
And
reason
then
I asked
the
that,
model and the model,
sorry,
the
go on.
company you're talking about is the model, and the company you're talking about is you're talking about Anthropic.
Yes, that's the name.
All right.
Do I carry on? Can I carry on?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So if from what you said there are people with niche skills, right, that can actually retrieve it, but it's lost to me.
Mhm.
So this thought crossed my mind. If there are people that will be able to restore it, do you think clearing the AI system's memory, let's say it contains very confidential data or very important data, but then because it disobeyed the, should I call it programmers now, or the creators, and they decide to wipe it, do you think you can retrieve the information itself? Because they are high level AI systems, right? With I don't want to call it powers now.
Okay. So that question is a little bit tricky, right? And that's is a little bit tricky, but I'm going to try my best to answer that question. So the truth is that even the current AI systems that we have now, that we've not yet gotten to AGI and all of that, right? We still don't really understand it as much as we're supposed to, right? Which you would hear, why you would hear people talk about things about XAI, that's explainable AI, right? Because
Yeah.
there are certain kind of algorithms that are like a black box, right? The highest you know is to a particular point, but how the AI is able to process that information and chunk it down to a certain degree that it's able to give you answer at some point, AI engineers and AI scientists are lost to that they don't understand it fully, right? Which is why a lot of people are pushing at things around AI policy and then explainable AI in a way that you can explain how an AI, right, processes information down to how it thinks and then down to how it produces its response, right? So whether an AI at this point can be able to retrieve those information and all of those things, it's probably not something we're sure of now. But if you ask most people, they'll tell you no, right? Most people will tell you no, but probably we're going to get to that point. In fact, we've even had scenarios of AI systems trying to make a copy of themselves just so that if they are deleted, because yeah, they've been check online, if you Google it, you see it. There have been situations where AIs are trying to make copy of themselves. It's just that the people that created them spotted them on time, spotted some of those things on time. There's even a research paper, if you check things like Science Daily. I'm sure if you even Google it, Science Daily will probably be one of the results you see on Google about this thing I just mentioned. Right. So the more we explore this technology, right, we go beyond what's possible now, the more we are surprised. But we can't wholeheartedly say, right, what exactly is entirely possible or what's not possible, right? Because we've seen AI being deceptive, right? We've seen AI playing dumb, being deceptive and all of that. So we can't fully say that until, let's say, maybe across all major companies that are shipping these models, they started working with explainable AI in a way that they can be able to efficiently and confidently explain how an AI processes inputs and then how it's able to achieve the output that it has, not through guesswork, but through actual structured input processing and all of that. So it is a tricky question. It's just the same way if you ask most people if AI is conscious. Some people will tell you no, some people will tell you yes. So nobody's wrong, nobody's right.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the explanation. Let me mute myself.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, Israel. That was an interesting question. I think I would even have to conduct more research on that. But of course, no one really knows for now. But yeah, I'm still going to conduct research on that just in case scientists have found something. We're always finding something. So thank you for that interesting question. Yeah, for Eric, we're going to accept your invite to the group now. and then you can join. So I've shared the website as well. For those who don't have an account, create an account and then go to your tax page. You will see the task with the attendance there. It's usually going to be a link to a Twitter post or a LinkedIn post or both of them. Just choose one, go there, like the post, then comment, then take the link to your comment as the authentication proof or something. I think it's authentication. That's means of authentication. So that's going to be the means of authentication. And then once that is verified, you will be added to today's attendance. And also beyond that, you'll be able to claim your reward for today. So for every lecture, we give reward, we give AI units, and then we give points. The AI units will be able to allow you trade freely on Candleweb and then be able to earn. Candleweb is an AI-powered cryptocurrency trading platform. For those that are using our platform currently, which most of them already know, you don't send your money to us, so it's not a CBEX thing and never will be. So you don't send your money to us, you just connect your exchange to our platform and our AI trades for you direct exchange, Bybit or Binance. We're still going to add Yellow Card and QDEX and some other local exchanges very, very soon. So yeah, thank you everyone for today's session. If you have any questions, any further questions, feel free to ask on the group. Isaac, please accept Eric's request to join the WhatsApp group. And then also,
Eric, I would also join. Okay, sorry, Eric, please apply to join AI Fundamentals group. I saw you join the community, the general community, but you're not yet in AI Fundamentals. That's where this particular class is holding. We'll be having different groups for different lectures and different courses. So please apply for AI Fundamentals and we'll accept you into the group.
Awesome. So yeah, that's that. And then one other thing I wanted to share is, guys, you guys should please be careful clicking on links that are being shared on the WhatsApp group, especially if it's not from those that work at Candleweb. We're not going to contact you directly to ask you for any personal information or for you to do any particular thing. And then any links that I shared on the group that is not from us, please don't click on it. Those might be phishing sites whereby they might hack your phone or hack your information and all of those. There's a thing as identity fraud and all of that. So just be careful out there. And for those that were not able to claim their reward from all the previous lectures, we've been able to fix that bug on our system and we'll have confirmation that it's working. So you can claim all your AI units and all your points. The goal for the AI unit, as I said, is so you can use it to trade freely on Candleweb. And then the points, our plan is to eventually turn the points to our in-app token, which we'll be launching sometime soon, right? And then the points will be what we'll be using to give token airdrop to our community. Yeah, so be sure to claim your rewards and all of that. And if you know anyone who would benefit from such kind of initiative as blockchain basic for the curious or AI fundamentals for the curious, reach out to them or maybe mention them in one of our posts so that they'll be sure to see. And then also follow us on our socials, LinkedIn, Twitter, and even on YouTube as well. So you'll get notifications when we post, and we're definitely posting things that would keep you informed in the AI and blockchain space and all of that. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have a wonderful weekend ahead. I know it's Thursday, but yeah, have a wonderful weekend ahead. And I'll see you guys on the WhatsApp group. Take care, everybody.
All right, thanks everyone. Take care of yourselves and see you during the weekend. We'll have a weekly quiz out for you within the weekend. The lecture slide for this class and also the recorded video will be uploaded on our YouTube and you'll get through your emails. We'll also have other initiatives for you within the weekend. So stay active in the group and take care of yourselves.